I'm Kevin Price with your Price Point Edition. I'm also the host of The Price of Business on Business Talk Radio, 1110 a.m. in Houston, Texas, and publisher of the US Daily Review.com. Got a lot to talk about here in this segment. Big issue is this huge piling on that's taken place when it comes to Mitt Romney and his statements about how Obama won by giving gifts to certain ethnic groups and minorities and to poor economic groups. And now everyone is jumping on him as if he has said something that isn't obvious to virtually everyone. Bobby Jindal, who I really like, governor of the state of Louisiana, he came out one of the first to become critical of Romney for using that kind of language. Newt Gingrich, who's been called, who went around calling Obama the food stamp president and was called the Grinch by Newsweek magazine because of his economic policies, jumped on as well, when he has always verbally been supportive of the kind of things that Romney said. Romney's absolutely right, and you won't hear those words often from my mouth. I wasn't a huge fan of the Romney candidacy because of the fact that Romney's record and his rhetoric had a huge continental divide between them. And the American people were going to renounce that kind of lack of congruency in his rhetoric and his record. But he was absolutely right and nailed it on what happened on the election results. We've gotten to the point where historically, people have gotten some welfare and social spending, but they were apologetic about it. Yeah, I need it temporarily. Yeah, I feel bad, but I have it. That type of thing. We've now gone past that. We've now reached a turning point in our culture and our society's history where we now officially believe we're entitled to those type of welfare and social spending programs, and we're willing to do it at the expense of future generations. This is immoral. This is completely immoral. It's completely inconsistent of a free society. It's what socialism is all about. Cradle-to-grave socialism. And what's interesting is that we have been warned. It's been like a harbinger now for decades. If we keep this up, we're going to become like the Northern European cradle-to-grave socialistic countries. Guess what? We now spend more per capita on social welfare than any European country. More per capita, per individual than any European country. We're there. We now have that cradle-to-grave socialism. It's time for us to be honest. It's time for us to promote candidates who are congruent, whose rhetoric matches their record, and give the American people something to be excited about when it comes to voting. But get off Romney's case. Romney was right, rarely right, but right on this point. I'm Kevin Price with the Price Point Edition.